14.2 Libby Ferguson. Client consultation. This is used to help identify any potential risks that the client may face due to injury or medical reasons as it identifies them in the questionnaire. It also will give emergency contact details in case anything did happen during a training session. Client 1 profile. My client's name is Luke Vinyl and he's 17 years old. He smokes 3 times a day, however smokes more on the weekends. He also gets over-intoxicated every weekend. He works all day Saturday and Sunday in a pool lifeguarding and assisting the swim teachers. On weekdays he gets roughly around 4 hours of sleep and on weekends gets around 9 hours of sleep. He has no dietary requirements. He eats his 5 a day every other day and normally eats around 3,000 calories a day. He exercises 4 hours a week, which consists of running, tennis and occasionally swimming. My client's targets. His general target is to improve his muscular endurance, improve his speed and to improve his flexibility. By week 6, he wants to improve his speed down to 7.48 seconds, which is 5 seconds off his normal time. This will mean he is able to attempt more shots. He also wants to improve his flexibility from -2 to 2 centimeters, and to be able to get a better score in this Harvard step-up test. My client 1, week 1. On Monday, my client will warm up by doing PNS stretches for 5 minutes, followed by some dynamic stretches such as lunges. During this session, my client will perform 20 minutes of SAQ training. In this training, the athlete can work on quick feet by using the ladders. They can also practice changing their directions with the T-bar. They'll be working at 60 to 70% of their max heart rate. He will then do a plyometrics training session for 20 minutes, where he will perform squat jumps, jumping on and off of a box, a single leg lateral hops and bounding. My client will be performing SAQ training as it's useful because it will improve his speed so that he can sprint across the court to return a shot. The T-bar will also help as it's all about changing directions, which a tennis player needs to reach all parts of the court at speed, but at the same time maintaining their balance so that they don't fall over. He will also use the plyometrics, which will help as it's training the muscles in his legs to release the maximum amount of stored energy over a short distance, such as the tennis court. For his cool down, he'll be using static stretches, followed by a gentle jog. On Tuesday, it'll be a rest day, as my client has a full day at college. However, he usually goes for a jog in the evening, which will help to maintain his fitness. As the Monday and then the Tuesday where he jogged were quite full-on intense days, Wednesday will be a rest day. Thursday, he will do a warm-up of dynamic stretches. During his session, I will get my client to perform shuttle runs. So he will do these at high intensity for 2 minutes, so 80 to 90% of his max heart rate, followed by 30-second rest. This will be a total of 10 minutes. He will then perform jump rope for 1 minute at high intensity, followed by a 20-second rest. This will be for 10 minutes in total. The shuttle runs will help to improve my client's muscular endurance, but at the same time, their speed. It focuses on footwork as well, which is very important for an athlete running at speed so that they don't lose their balance. The skipping rope also helps with the client's footwork, as it helps the athlete get used to staying on the balls of his feet, which helps to change the direction of the athlete is moving in quicker. Friday will be a rest day, as it will help the athlete's muscles recover from Thursday's session. On Saturday, my client works all day. However, my client is treading water for most of the day, so this will help to maintain the power in his legs. Sunday, my client has work in the mornings. However, after that, my client will be doing a yoga session. So this yoga session will help to improve my client's balance, which is a key component of tennis, as you need a strong base when you hit a ball. Monday, warm-up. The PNS stretches, followed by dynamic stretches. For my session, my client will then perform 30 minutes of SAQ training. In this training, my athlete will work on quick feet using ladders and hurdles, and they also practice changing directions with the T-bar, and this is at 80 to 90% of max heart rate. This will then be followed by dumbbell squats and jump squats, alternatively for 30 seconds, each at 60 to 70% of max heart rate, for a total of 5 minutes. The SAQ training will help to improve speed and agility for tennis, as the athlete will constantly be changing direction at speed to be able to get themselves in the correct position to return the shot. The dumbbell and the jump squats will also help with power in his legs, which will help him get across the court quicker. Cool down will be static stretches followed by a gentle jog around the court. Tuesday will be a rest day. On this day, I would recommend that he doesn't go for his usual run, as the workout the day before was very intense, which he may not be used to, so his muscles may be aching the day after, so running may cause more harm. Wednesday, the warm-up will be dynamic stretches. And for the session, my client will be performing 3 sets of sprints over 20 metres, with a 15-second rest between, and they will be performed at 80% of his max heart rate. This will be getting him used to sprinting. However, he will have a longer rest between them, so he has a chance to recover. For his cool down, he'll be doing a Pilates session, as this helps to re-stretch the muscles. Thursday, my session will be a 20-minute session on the rowing machines at 70 to 80% of max heart rate, followed by a cool down of yoga for 30 minutes. So the rowing will help with power and muscle endurance in his legs, whereas the yoga will help to prevent injuries and help with his flexibility as it stretches out the muscles after they've been used during the exercise. Friday will be a rest day. Saturday he works all day, however he does maintain his power in his legs. Sunday he's going to work in the morning, and then he's going to go for a 20-minute jog, so this will help to maintain his fitness and also help with his muscular endurance, which he needs for a game of tennis, as they can last very long. Week 3. On Monday, the warm-up will be dynamic stretches, followed by a HIIT session for 20 minutes on a rowing machine. And then for the cool down, he will do some static stretches, followed by a gentle jog. So the rowing will help with improve his power in his legs. So if the power in his legs is good, it means he'll be able to get the opponent's shots quicker, as he is able to get across the court quicker as his strides are more powerful. On Tuesday, his warm-up will be dynamic stretches. During the session, he will be skipping for 30 seconds at 70 to 80% of his max heart rate, with a 5-second break between, for a total of 10 minutes. He will then do 10 minutes of SAQ training involving hurdles and ladders. And for the cool down, he'll be doing some static stretches, followed by a gentle jog. So the skipping will help with his footwork as well as his balance. So footwork is very important for a tennis player, as it reduces the chances of them tripping over. He also needs balance in tennis, as his legs need to be a strong base, so that when he hits a shot, he isn't off balance, otherwise it could affect his shot. And SAQ training will help to improve his agility, which is very useful for tennis, as he'll be running in different directions on the court to get the opponent's shots. Wednesday will be a rest day. This is because the 2 days before were intense, so he'll need the rest day to help him recover and make sure he doesn't overwork his muscles, which could lead to an injury. Thursday, the warm-up will be PNF stretches, followed by a 30-minute rowing session at 80 to 90% of his max heart rate. He will then do a plyometrics training session for 20 minutes, where he'll be performing squat jumps, jumping on and off of a box, single leg lateral hops and bounding. His cool down will be static stretches, followed by a gentle jog. So both rowing and plyometrics will help to improve the power in his legs, which will help when he performs in a match, as he'll be able to get to the ball quicker as his strides will be more powerful. Friday, the warm-up will be PNF stretches, followed by dynamic stretches. He will then do 3 sprints at high intensity with 5-second rest. He will then do the sit and reach test, followed by the step up test. For his cool down, he'll be doing static stretches. These tests will be used to track his progress and see if his components of fitness are improving, to see if the training program is actually working. Then on the weekends, so Saturday and Sunday, he's working all day. Week 4. For the warm-up, my client will be doing PNF stretches. During the session, he'll be doing SAQ training, which will involve ladders, hurdles and T-bar. So it'll be 5 reps of each, and then move on to the next drill. This session will be 30 minutes long at 70 to 80% of his max heart rate. For the cool down, he'll be doing static stretches. This SAQ training will help to improve his speed and agility. And the T-bar will help, as it's all about changing directions which tennis player needs, so that they can reach all parts of the court at speed, however still maintaining the balance so that they don't fall over. Tuesday, the warm-up will be PNF stretches, and then the session will be Bowley ball workout in the evening instead of his run. So he'll be doing squats, and he'll be doing 10 reps. He'll then do press-ups, 10 reps, lunges, 10 reps. This will be repeated 3 times at 70 to 80% of his max heart rate. Then a cool down will be static stretches. So this will help with his balance, which is needed for tennis, as they have to stop and start all throughout the game, and if their balance isn't very good, then they may fall over. It also helps to engage his core, and his proprioceptors will be working harder to keep him balanced whilst he is on an unstable platform. Wednesday will be a rest day. Thursday, his warm-up will be PNF stretches, and then during his session he'll be performing shuttle runs. So he will do these at high intensity for 2 minutes, followed by 15-second rests, and this will be for a total of 10 minutes. And that will be at 70 to 80% of max heart rate. He will then perform skipping for 1 minute at high intensity, followed by 10-second rest, and this will be for 10 minutes in total. His cool down will be static stretches, followed by a gentle jog. So the shuttle runs will help to improve his speed and agility. It will also help to improve my client's muscular endurance. And then skipping helps to focus on foot work, which will help him balance. The shuttle run also focuses on footwork as well, which is very important for an athlete running at speed so that they don't lose their balance. Friday will be a rest day. Saturday, he works all day. Sunday, he'll work all day, and then he'll come home and do a PNF stretching session. So this will help with his flexibility, and it's not too tense as he would have worked throughout the day.